What's up, everybody? It's J and J with Justin and Jordan. Man, Justin, another season basically in the books. Last day is tomorrow. We recording the Saturday before. No games tonight. Game 82, bro. Tomorrow, everything's on the line. In the West, we basically found out that the East is basically set in stone, correct? I think even this plane is set in stone. I'll check, but I believe everything's set in stone. I understand that we definitely playing the the Pistons. The Pacers are definitely playing the Bucks. So I think even the plane's kind of set in stone. But we know what's really interesting. The West is still up for grabs in terms of 4 through 7. Not 8. Not 8. I'm sorry to say it, Memphis. Not 8. But like 4 through 7 is still up for grabs. But Justin, what do we have going on, bro? Talk to me, please.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got the Nuggets firing Michael Malone and Calvin Booth just like 3-4 games before the last game of the season.
2 days after our last recording, too.
Yeah. So it's been pretty crazy. What the fuck are the Knicks doing? Just the jam-packed overall of the standings, like Jordan mentioned. Just a lot of stuff still up for grabs from 4 to 7. East kind of looks like we know what's going on, but the West is literally gonna come down to the last day. But it's a lot of crazy stuff going on though.
And not only that, one other thing. Luca came home, and let's just say it was a fucking movie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
By far, it was a movie. But Justin, let's save the whole West shenanigans for last. Let's just get out the way, bro. What the fuck are we doing? Seriously, I'm not trying to be funny. What are we doing? We have 2 chances to break the narrative. We just have to win one of the 2 games. We get the Celtics, right? We get the Celtics. We have a pretty decent lead going down the stretch. Cat fouls Tatum on a 3-point shot. Then right after that, we take that lead back. Cool. I'm still confident. I'm still feeling good. I'm like, yes, we could finally finish one of these teams. Our record's about to be 1-8 against these top teams. Niggas was still going to slander it somehow, some way. But I was like, at least we'll have the 1 win. JT comes down. I can't even say it. There's no other way to say it. He just fucks us. He fucks us. There's no other way to say it. OG, who even the announcers were saying, and I was proud of OG. OG, when he switched onto him, had him on straps. He was frying bridges. He was frying bridges all night. But OG kept him contained. OG wasn't even letting him get the fucking ball. But that last shot by Tatum fried him. Push off. I'm a cope. I don't care. Push off. Melo's disappointed. I got 2 meme Melo pictures. Him closing the eyes. Him staring forward looking tight. That's just fucking comedy. I'm going to be spamming that shit everywhere now. But can't even finish the job after that. What are we doing? And I'm not going to lie. I love Josh Hart. But going into the offseason, bro, I think there's a decision to be made. I think we need to understand he's best coming off the bench.
Yeah.
He is a phenomenal 6-man. He's a great energy guy. But when he's playing 5 minutes plus, it's killing the spacing, bro. We're much better with Deuce. Like, you ever seen those Twitter screen caps? Is it by B-Ball Index? I believe it's by B-Ball Index. I don't want to give credit to the wrong person, so I'm not going to assume who it was. But it's like they screenshot every NBA team's best lineup by net rating. Ours is with Deuce, not Josh Hart. I don't think it's a coincidence. And again, that's no disrespect to Josh Hart. I love Josh Hart, but it just shows he's a great energy guy. He's phenomenal. But he's like a role player guy. He's that first guy you call off the bench. But we can't be starting him and letting him finish games no matter what. He could finish games if he's hot. But like no matter what, with no leash, I mean, kind of ridiculous, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. By the way, Mitch, I still love you though. Thank you for blocking Tatum. That shit was heat. Go to the Cavs game. That was just last time. We got outscored 30 or 32 to 16 in the fourth.
Yeah. And Garland had like 11 or 13 points in the fourth quarter.
He almost outscored us.
That shit was
As
crazy.
a team. I just want to say, bro, before I even let you like get your turn, we have currently, again, we play the Nets tomorrow. We might pass our record from last year, but currently we have the same record that we had last year. We finished flat with 50 wins. If we lose tomorrow, it's going to be the same exact thing. If we win, it's going to be one more win. Woohoo. I will say I'm not going to try to diminish the accomplishment, but back-to-back 50-win seasons, first time since the 90s, you know. Round of applause for Tibbs, round of applause for the organization, the team, you feel me? Worldwide West, everybody, you feel me? Leon Rose, thank you. But in terms of postseason success, like, I think you or Dave even said in the chat, fuck the record. We might have the same exact record of last year, but I'm going to this playoff lower on confidence with this team than the one from last year. And the one last year, mind you, we were going in with our second All-Star injured. Is that not insane?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We upgraded, supposedly. We got Cat. We got these dudes' best friend in Bridges, who's supposed to be like this great guy. Like, we were built to be the second best team in the East. We were supposed to come into the season after the Bridges trade, after the Cat trade. We were supposed to come into the season and the end of October as the second best team in the East, as the best chance to beat Boston, as the lock for the 2 seed, basically, because everybody and their mother knew before we knew what the Cavs were, hey, Boston's the 1 seed before the season started, right? No one could pretend to me that anyone picked anybody but Boston to be the 1 seed. And if you said that the Cavs, if you had money that the Cavs was going to win the Eastern Conference in terms of like standings, you got to be a rich ass motherfucker, bro. Because they odds was probably disgusting. Not that they was trash, but they odds was probably wild. Probably like plus 1,400. If you threw $100, you just got $1,400, bro. And this is what we're getting. There's some nights we don't even look like a top 5 team in the East. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to over exaggerate as a Knicks fan, but it's like we just got cooked by the Pistons, and I know like we didn't have some of our core guys out there, but regardless, take care of business, bro. Especially after you just got embarrassed by Boston. Take care of business. This is a game where it's like, all right, we just got embarrassed by Boston. You know what? Let's take care of this game. These are guys who we might see, because in that point in time, it was we might see these guys in the first round. Let's take care of business. Let's prove a point. You lose. You fucking lose. And now we are locked to play them. And it's like the chatter's already starting. And it's been started for like the last couple of weeks. Oh, if the Knicks see the Pistons might win in 6. The Pistons might upset them. I still give them a vote of confidence, right? To beat the Pistons. But to go against Boston, again, just assuming that Boston goes through, I am hoping somehow, some way we don't play Boston around. So that's the only way we get into conference finals. But I don't know. We might take one game, Justin. We'll take it a 5. I'll give us one game.
You'll probably go 5.
But the fact that we can't even go 6 with these guys, like, that's embarrassing, bro. It really is. Like, is it too early to regret the Kel trade? And I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it's too early. No. And I hate to be negative, but it's not even about the picks, right? We could have traded 3 picks. I will still regret this. We could have traded 2 picks. I will still regret this. Not the fact that it's 5 picks. It's just the fact that this is what we got back. I want him to prove me wrong, by the way. Because he played pretty damn well without Brunson there. OG was frying, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, he was dogging.
But here's the problem. He was dogging, right? But when you look at their stats, him and Kel's stats against top teams, I want to throw up. They always let us down. I want to fucking throw up. They're terrible. We play the Cavs, they both suck. We play the Celtics, they both suck. Play OKC, is like, it don't matter. Whatever top team we play, they both suck offensively. And then Kel's getting fried defensively, as you just saw with Tatum. Did we not bring you in to stop one of Tatum or JB?
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we put you in. To beat Boston. We literally built this team not to beat the Cavs, not to beat the Bucks, not to beat the Pacers, the Pistons, the Sixers. None of these guys. We built this team to beat Boston. And Kel's letting us down. We don't even look 50% ready to face these guys. So now what? The result is going to be, wow, we're going to be out in the second round again 3 years straight.
Yeah.
We're about to just become the new Sixers. I hate to say it, but we're going to be like the new joke, the new, GTA 6 before the Knicks make it to conference finals. We're about to replace Embiid in that joke. That's embarrassing. I don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah, and you know what's the craziest trend about these last 3 games? We are up at halftime every single fucking time. And we blew it.
Even up in the third. Even up going into the fourth.
Yeah. Every single one of these games we was up going into the fourth. And we just crumbled. Yesterday, watching this Cavs game, halftime, I'm like, I might not even have to watch second half. And I mean, I know my trend this year watching Cavs Knicks was always the same trend. Knicks would always be up big, and I'm like, yo, put money on the Cavs right now. And like clockwork, the fucking Cavs come back and win. Couldn't do it yesterday because suspicious activity, but it was another part of the story again. Without Donovan Mitchell, without Ty Jerome, without Sam Morril, it was fucking embarrassing. And I know we was missing Cap, but that's no excuse. Like, it's crazy that they're missing all those guys and that shit still went down to the wire. If Donovan Mitchell played, we might have lost by 15. Like, it's crazy that it even got to that point. And then the Celtics game, it was just like, nah, it's too good to be true. When I saw, like, when we was up, I'm like, they're going to come back. And it was like everything was there for them to steal that game. Jaylen Brown went out. And he wasn't coming back in.
Trash.
I'm like, yo, they're literally handing you the game on the silver platter. Like, even if you win this game, the jokes are still gonna be there. But just get it for the morale. So it's not like a cloud in the room. But they couldn't even get that win. And then the Pistons, it's like, yo, you know the talks. You hear Shaq saying, yo, if they matched up, the Pistons is whooping them. Everybody's starting to talk like the Knicks is just garbage. So that would have been a game where it's like, yeah, shut that shit up real quick. We steal them. And you guys lose that game. Just adding more onto the new narrative coming out. So it's like, these are 3 straight games where it's like, you could have controlled the narrative going into the playoffs. It might not have changed the outcome of things, but you would have bought yourself some leeway of like, all right, maybe this team has some fight in them, but you don't even give us that hope. So it's like, I texted in the chat yesterday, and I agree with everything Dave said in the chat. I'm not even looking forward to this. Like, as a Knicks fan,
I want to see the promo he cut. I'm not gonna play the audio message, but you know that they be having the transcript.
Nah, yeah. But as a Knicks fan, I am not excited for the playoffs at all. As an NBA fan, I'm excited, but as a Knicks fan, I'm not excited at all. Because even if we do play the Pistons, I would still take the Knicks in that series, but at first, I had Knicks in 6. I think that shit might go 7 now. And if we play, well, we're definitely gonna play Boston in round 2 if we beat the Pistons, and we're only gonna probably take a game from them. I could see a scenario where they're up 3-0 and we just win that one game, and then they beat us. I could see it going like that. We just win one in the Garden, and that's it. And it'll be a disappointing season, like you said. It's been in the back of my mind too. We literally have the same amount of wins this year as we did last year, and I was way more confident in last year's team without Julius Randle in the playoffs, because last year's team was just a lot more grittier, a lot tougher. This year's team,
that's what we're missing, bro.
This year's team, we got fucking Tim Hardaway Jr. standing over Dennis Schroeder standing over fucking Brunson, and nobody doing shit about it. They just let it rock. And it's like a completely different team from last year. And the Mikal Bridges shit is like, it sucks because he's shown flashes this year, but it's like so inconsistent. And he's the type of guy where if he doesn't have a shot, I would have loved to see him turn up on the defensive side of the basketball, but he gets fried by everybody. He can't guard big wings like Jason Tatum, and then he can't guard quick small guards like Darius Garland. So it's like, who can you guard? And then it's like, you have some games where you're taking, I forgot what game it was exactly. I think it was the Cavs game in Cleveland, the last time we played them. He only took like 3 shots in the second half.
I don't trust him.
He has moments like that. So it's like Mikal Bridges, you have to understand where like, yo, I don't have it offensively. I got to turn up defensively. If I'm getting cooked, or if I see OG don't got it tonight, I got to step up. But he doesn't really have that awareness. We can't play the hero ball, yo. Like the way the shit comes down to, a lot of our offense just comes down to JB save us. After he just missed all the time with the injury, it can't go back to that because now we're just putting more on him. Yeah, I'm not excited at all, bro. Like, I'm kind of disappointed.
I got the Dave promo right here from the group chat. Group chat, which also has King Von as the Riddler, an AI drawing as the profile picture. Credit to Justin for putting that. But all right, this is what Dave said. There's a transcript, obviously, from the audio. This is out of nowhere, bro. But the Knicks have really disappointed me this year. Like, I've honestly stopped watching a lot of the games. Like, the last 20, 30 games. I don't think I'm going to watch that one game. I'll be honest. Like, once I realized they can't even hold the Celtics jockstrap, they can't beat the fucking Cavs, they fucking got cooked against the Thunder, I was like, bro, what's the point? You know, I'm saying this is like those hypotheticals on Twitter. Like, they're still not going to be in the championship. Because now at this point, we went all in. We traded all our draft picks. We went all in for Mikal Bridges to build this fucking team. Still not done. To be the final pieces. And we can't even beat any of the top teams. And it's just knowing that you're capped out at the second round most likely is a fucking disgrace. And it's annoying, bro, and I just can't watch this shit.
He cooked.
That's a fire promo.
He cooked.
It's a fire promo.
Not you.
But he's right.
Nah, he's right.
You can't disprove anything he said. This is what we went all in on. And again, it's not about the picks. I don't give a fuck about the picks. It could have been 2. I'd still be disappointed in the trade. But it's like, Kel, do something when it matters. I don't care if you drop 30 against, like, the Trailblazers. I don't give a fuck. I need you for hopefully 6 games against Boston to average 19. A clean 19. I can't trust you to do that. I can't trust you to hold Jaylen Brown to 20. I can't trust you to hold Jaylen Brown to 22.
And this is Jaylen Brown with the fucked up knee right now.
Yes. You know how sad that is, bro? Bro, honestly, I'm very disappointed. Obviously, I came into the season high expectations, but the team is soft. We need some grit. I thought somehow, some way we would get it with PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker got some minutes, by the way. Congrats to him. He got some burn. That shit was funny as hell. Like, I'm not trying to be fucked up. That shit was funny as hell, but we need grit. Like, what team do you see out there that doesn't have grit? That's a contender. JB got grit for the Celtics. He be out there talking his shit. He don't give a fuck. Now, the Cavs, I'm not gonna lie, they don't really got grit. They got talent. But they don't really got grit. And I think that's gonna. I'm sorry, Con, but I think that's gonna be a problem in the playoffs.
I mean, I think for them,
who's they grit?
I mean, I'm not gonna say they're grit, but I think the coaching has propelled them to another level. Cause I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, and we talked about it in the offseason too. Like with JB, that team reached their ceiling, and Kenny has done a lot for them. Like,
No, yeah. But I'm
but in
talking
terms
about
of
like
grit, yeah,
crash out. You feel me?
they don't really. I mean, to a lesser degree, I guess Tristan Thompson, but that motherfucker's not.
That nigga's 50.
Yeah, he's not playing in no big game. I'll
Like,
never forget that. That one of my favorite moments this season against the Raptors when he scored at the end. He's like, "Y'all want a
he
full
was talking
court press?
shit. He was talking shit.
Y'all want a full court press down 20? I'm gonna score." That shit had me
It
crying.
was that serious, bro. But
Oh man.
like you go to the West. OKC, I mean, no, wait, hold on. Dort is a grit. I was about to say,
Yeah.
maybe not. Dort is a grit though. I ain't gonna lie. Like he ready for that shit. The Rockets, shit, bro. You could probably count on two hands.
Yeah.
Over exaggerating, but you get the point. The Lakers, Bron and Luka is always ready to talk shit.
Oh yeah.
Fuck Quentin Post, nigga.
Yeah.
Like they ready to talk that. They was calling him pussy and a bum. They always ready for that shit, bro.
You seen the cameraman that got in LeBron's way? He's like, "Get the fuck out of the way."
I always see that shit, bro.
The Legends shit posted it.
I gotta watch that. I fucking love Legends.
That was when they
bro.
played the Mavericks. Recently, that shit was funny.
Nuggets, Jokic don't take no fucking shit.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves, we don't gotta talk about.
Yeah.
We know.
No, they got dogs on that team.
The Warriors, we don't gotta talk about. The biggest one in the fucking league.
Yeah.
Like him or not. Some nights I like him, some nights I fucking hate him. Like him or not. The biggest one in the league. Grizzlies, like, come on, bro. Desmond Bane, you feel me? I hate one of them motherfuckers. Like, and then you look at us. Soft as baby shit. Oh, the Bucks. I mean, Giannis is always ready.
No, yo, you saw what Giannis did to Malik Beasley. That shit was funny as fuck. Yo, he's funny as fuck for that.
Respect my son.
He swatted him and said,
Yeah, respect my son Beasley, bro.
And Malik Beasley was tight.
My son Beasley.
He was like,
Yo, everyone's
that was
gonna
hilarious.
do that shit to him, bro. But that's just funny, bro. The Halliburton one was the worst one, though. That shit just looks sus. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
When Halliburton did that shit, he just did it wrong.
Nah, Giannis is funny as fuck for that, yeah.
Wait, who was that did it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago? It was like the whole team doing it. Oh, the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves did it.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
It was
yeah,
Ant.
yeah.
Ant was doing like that. Yo, son, that's the best celebration, bro. Me and D pulled that shit out in the club. I forgot what the song was, but we was going like that, and we said,
Wasn't it hot in here?
"Oh yeah, it was hot in here." We just went like that. It was hitting the Malik Beasley nigga. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, everybody got their dog. I mean, the Pacers kind of don't. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really think they have one.
Neesmith?
Oh wait, hold on. Number one hands in the NBA
Oh, James Johnson. Yeah.
and NBA history, even
Yeah.
if you want to count him. But besides that, bro, it's just us. We're the only so-called contenders or even playoff team, if you want to stretch that, don't got a fucking dog. That's embarrassing. I don't like that shit. Like, people could say Randall sucks, Randall's a playoff choker, Randall's this, Randall's that, black hole, no defense, whatever. But at least this motherfucker was willing to get into it with players, bro, and didn't take no shit. And that energized the team. No one can take that shit away from him. And his energy matches Ant's energy. And I truly do believe, and I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but I truly believe, bro, that him and Ant's chemistry, bro, he's going to have a good playoffs this year. I truly believe it. I'm going to put stock. I think he's going to average 20 at least. At least 20 points. I'm putting stock in a good Julius Randle playoff run, but what he brought to like the Knicks in terms of energy, like that shit's gone. And
Devo too.
I think we kind of, and Devo too. I feel like we kind of took it for granted, bro. Not like us specifically, because, you know, you and me, we like Randall. We appreciate Randall. Bro, before the cat trade, we was talking about, 30 is going to be in the rafters one day. If you never remember, we literally had that conversation here on camera. 30 is going to be in the rafters one day. And they trade him like a week or two later. What does he have to do to put 30 in the rafters? I said, shit, not much. Second round 2 times and shit. Well, technically the last second round didn't count. He didn't even play. Got to the playoffs twice, but it's like, we took it for granted because now look what we got. Kel is soft. I love Cat. Cat is skilled. Player for player, obviously I'd rather have Cat. Cat is soft. Brunson is never going to get into it with nobody. I don't blame him. You're the best player on the team and you're a smaller guy. I wish Josh Hart would have this energy. Now, he'll goof around shit talk, but he won't do the serious shit talk. You feel me? Now, when he snatched Donovan Mitchell's chain as a joke and shit, and when he went up to Reggie and said, oh, I think they're saying fuck you. Like, he's just trying to be funny. You feel me? Like some serious shit, like stepping over a motherfucker and shit when they just on the floor trying to get up. He's not going to do that. OG's quiet. Kel is a nice guy. Deuce is a nice guy. Precious is a nice guy. Like, Mitch, tall as he is, big as he is, Paul is like, he's a goofball. In a nice way, too. Not like being fucked up. He's a goofball. He's a cool, I met him. He's a cool guy. He's a goofball. You feel me? But we don't got no, like, aggressive. I'm telling you, bro. We brought this up, I think, in the last episode. I wish we had beef stew. And we're going to leave that conversation right there. We're not going to go into it. But I wish we had beef stew.
Yeah. They need to get some dogs in the locker room, man. Next year.
Somehow, some way.
Next year. Because if Devo's on the team, fucking Dennis Schroeder's not standing over JB like that. You just saw fucking Devo get into it with fucking Ron Holland. And Ron Holland was about to cry. With DiVincenzo, bro. Come on, man.
Cry is crazy, bro.
He was crying. Actually, not even about to cry. He was crying.
I know. That video was funny. I'm telling you, bro, we talk about a lot of stuff. I like the cameraman's footage that was on the floor. That shit literally looked like an episode of Monday Night Raw. My shit was shaking and then it just went to the floor when the niggas fell into him. Feel like a WWE event, nigga. We don't have that. I'll pray for some shit. That's why I'm not gonna lie. I wish we could get Colin Sexton somehow, but you know what? Danny Ainge is a fucking piece of shit. I hate Danny Ainge. He'll never give him to us.
Just start drafting motherfuckers from University of Houston and just go from there.
I guess, bro. Like, just draft aggressive ass motherfuckers that did 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that might be the wave. Just draft 4-year guys that you know is gonna have to grind and stay in the league.
But shit, these motherfuckers probably won't even play.
You have a point.
They're not gonna play
until year 2. I think Cole's gonna get burned year 2.
Kolik is a 4-year player.
He's gonna get burned next year.
Decorated college player.
Hooper.
No burn.
The white Steve Nash.
Yeah. That's if motherfuckers
Steve Nash is clear. He's the white Steve Nash. But he don't even get burned.
He don't even get burned. It's like, yeah, we could have drafted. We could draft like a decorated, like 4-year All-American type of college player. Motherfucker's not getting no fucking burn. So it's like, what's the point?
Tibbs, man. What if we just get a defensive-minded 4-year guy? You think he'll give him a chance? Straight defense? I still don't think so.
I don't know.
Because like with Jimmy, it took Jimmy to like year 2 to get a little bit of burn. And year 3 is when he really let him go.
Yeah, and you don't really have that time, yo.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, we don't, like, see what you got, bro. That's my thing. See what you got, because we don't got this long ass window. Brunson's not 24.
Yeah.
Cat's not 24. Josh Hart is 30 because of the A Boogie shit. 30 or about to turn 30 because of the A Boogie.
Josh Hart is 30.
He is 30, yeah. Because in the interview, he said he was about to turn 30 in a couple of days or some shit like that, whatever it was. But, or he said he was already 30. These guys are a little bit older, like your best players.
Yeah, and it's like the Jimmy Butler shit is like you had to play him even more because Derrick Rose got hurt.
OG's been in the league for a minute too.
Yeah.
Kale, yeah, he got drafted like not too long ago, but he ain't played 1 year. He wasn't one and done. He's an older guy too. Not old, like 30 plus, but these guys are all in their late 20s. Like, we don't have 10, we don't have like 10 plus years, bro. We have like a 4-year window. We got to do this shit now. We got to see what we got with our young guys now. What do we have with Daddy A? What do we have with Tyler Kolek? What are these guys? Let's see. Give them a chance. What do we have to lose? We're going to make the playoffs regardless. That's one thing I could say. We're not bad enough to go into a plan, right? Unless Brunson, obviously, God forbid, got hurt, right? Give these young dudes a chance. See what we got. And if we get 45 wins instead of 50, that's okay. But at least we know what these young dudes are. I'd rather that, to be honest with you, Justin. Instead of seeing the same shit different day. It's kind of getting a little bit old. Seeing the same motherfuckers run out there. Give Deuce more burn, and we know who Deuce is.
Yeah.
Why do we have to wait and see Deuce and have him just play 20 minutes? Give Deuce more burn, bro. Let him start some games. Josh Hart don't got it. Let him close. Like, we know Deuce eye tests and statistically, he is the best. He's part of the best lineup. Like, what else does he have to do, bro? And he earned his spot, Tibbs. He been playing under you. He earned his shit. What else does this guy have to do? I don't understand. Knicks is letting me down, bro.
Yeah, if y'all lose to the Pistons in round 1, the conversation is going to be nasty. I wouldn't even want to talk about them in the offseason, to be honest.
We have nothing to do in the offseason. What move do we have, Justin? Oh, all this money and assets we have. Yeah, all right. We don't have shit. We don't got neither. Fuck is we gonna do?
I saw somebody on Twitter, I forgot who it was, they're like, the Knicks won 50 games just off pure talent.
Yeah. And that's not a compliment.
Just off pure talent.
Like, some people say, oh, that's like a compliment. That's terrible. That's an insult.
Yeah.
Like, let me know. What are we going to do in the offseason? What can we get in the offseason?
I don't know what the moves are. I feel like
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's a trick question.
It's like can't really make moves with this team that we got.
We locked in. We have what we have and we locked in. I guess we just hope Kale gets better. And he's like 28 already.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like if we go into opening night next year and it's the same starting lineup, same rotations, I'm gonna just be upset.
Well, just be upset now.
I'll just be like, yo, just wake me up when the national championship's over and I'll tune back in.
Let me ask you something, and then we'll move on from the Knicks, right? Because we give him a lot of burn.
Yeah.
Because, we've seen the anomalies. Well, I don't even know if we call them anomalies. This happened a couple times. We've seen the Hawks sweep the Cavs in 2015 in the regular season. We know what happened after. We saw D Rose sweep the Heat. We saw Kevin Durant and the Suns sweep the Timberwolves. We saw us beat the Heat. I think we went 3-1 against them in 12-13. We didn't even get to see them in the playoffs, so. Any chance we could even beat the Celtics, regardless of regular season? Can we lock in and beat these guys?
No. Because I feel like these games have all been like a good indicator. Outside the first one. I'll take the first one out. Because the first game...
That was history.
That was like historic shooting. It was our first game all together. I'll take that game out. But all the other games was like... Cat significantly played worse against the Celtics. And I know he had a good game this last game, but that's going to happen in a playoff series, in a 7-game series. Cat will have a game or two where he goes the fuck off and he looks great. But a lot of those times he got exploited and he looked bad. I think they showed the graphic. I think in the season series, he averaged like 15 against the Celtics. As long as Porzingis was giving it to him, and I don't see any of that changing.
Son, and I just forgot to bring that up to you earlier. I knew we was cooked no matter how close the score was after the Porzingis heat check.
Yeah. Cat has no answer for Porzingis at all. And they have no answer for Jason Tatum. I mean, OG, but it's like you can't have Mikal on him, bro, at all. You can't have Josh Hart on him. It's going to have to come down to like Tibbs being like, yo, we not switching at all. Like we might have to just help get back, but OG's gonna have to be on him for a good amount of time. But I don't know if he's gonna go through that chess match with Mazzulla, because Mazzulla's gonna adjust. Like anything that Tibbs is gonna throw, Mazzulla's gonna have an answer right back. And it just shows, bro, that these games, like, yeah, we could have a little punch where we could make a run, but it's they can't even hold it together because it's like the shooting of the Celtics. I feel like on the offensive glass, they kind of cook us too. Because you got to worry about Porzingis getting rebounds, Tatum, Horford, Cornette be dogging us on the rebound, like, which is crazy.
Oh
Like,
my God, bro.
yeah. And you would think a team with Karl Towns, the second leading rebounder in the NBA, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, like, we would capitalize, but no, it's still an issue. And then you have the guys you could throw at Brunson with Drew Holiday and Derek White, where he can't have these like superhero moments. And you could even throw Jason Tatum on him if you wanted to. So it's like now you really have, that's a series where you would really need to rely on Bridges, OG, Cat, and those three have shown against the Celtics in particular that they don't got it against them. JB, I'm not worried about him. He gonna show up regardless. But against the Celtics, they have all the manpower to throw at him. He is gonna be, he's not gonna be able to do it by himself in that series.
I lied. This will be my last point, and we will move on. And I need you to clip this for real, because I really think this would have been a big help for us. And I need you to not laugh because it's serious. CJ McCollum and Grant Williams, you guys need to go to fucking jail for what you guys did. All jokes aside, because you guys are the reason that we couldn't keep iHeart. You guys fucked up the league. And I don't know if you've seen that meme, right? Where John Cena said, I'm going to ruin wrestling, right? I wish we had like an NBA version of someone saying, I'm going to ruin baseball and like use AI and put CJ McCollum. I fucking hate CJ McCollum, bro. Because he screwed us over. He screwed the Nuggets over. He screwed the Warriors over. That's kind of a good thing, but it's like he's going to screw the Celtics over soon. It's like, you fucked us over, man. We find a diamond in the rough, and guess what? We don't even get to keep him. What's the reward for finding these cheap guys and developing them and making them great, having them have their best years? Because we have iHeart out here, bro. I think shit's different. Seriously, we have iHeart for the whole year. Him and Cat on the floor together. That relegates Josh Hart to the bench. I'm just saying, man. Can we please put CJ McCollum and Grant Williams in a supermax prison for 25 years? I will start a petition, and we could get a GoFundMe going to put them in jail. Whatever amount of money it takes, I'll do it. Even the tweet that he put out recently, I forgot what it was, but all the replies under it was like something about like he was complaining about the league or something. Everyone under it, they were saying worse shit than me than jail. I'll just say that, but it was like, you fucked up the league, and it's true. Fuck CJ McCollum. Justin, let's properly move on. I was talking about Luka coming back home. Very sad, bro. I felt like a funeral. He cooked. He had his 40 ball. You feel me? But very depressing, bro. Very, very, very depressing. He was crying. His lips were quivering. You know, big bro Bron had to come give him a big ass hug. Nico had security around him. Motherfuckers was making memes like he was about to be the next JFK. People were saying like, "Oh, this is gonna be the biggest assassination in Dallas history." That's a crazy statement that someone actually said that shit. That's ridiculous. And he had all that security around him, security detail. Yeah, Mark Cuban getting pissed off. Video of him shaking his head, putting his head down. People chanting "Fire Nico." He's getting mad about it, which I don't understand, bro. He'd be flip flopping on the trade. He would say he regrets it. He wouldn't have signed that shit off if he was in charge. Then another day he would be like, "Oh, like gotta let them do what they do." Pick a fucking side, bro. Choose. Which one is it? Because you flip flopping at this point in time. But he did his thing, bro, and it's sad to say, but it's time to move on. I'm not saying that he hasn't moved on, but he's a Laker. Nico didn't want him there for whatever reason. Nico just let a fat fuck come into his building and drop 45. Apparently this fat, alcoholic, hookah smoking motherfucker just dropped 45 on you. What does that say? And he's the seat above you, and you so worried about short-term winning window. And I'm sorry, AD, because I did try to give you benefit of the doubt like last week and the week before, but man, JJ just fried you defensively in terms of coaching. Amazing. Like coaching masterclass, the way that he shut you down. You ain't do shit against the Lakers in what should have been your revenge game, but it was really just the Luka revenge game. I think this just showed, man, like, should have never made the trade, obviously, but this was especially the exclamation point. And I was really sad too when I saw the Trae Young tweet. Just I don't know if you saw it, but
What was it?
You didn't see it.
Mm-mm.
He literally he replied to the video. He was like, he was really never going to leave. ... And it's true.
Yeah.
He was never going to leave. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it still feels crazy that that Luka's on the Lakers. Like, it shouldn't even be happening.
I'm not going to get over it. He's going to 3 years from now. I'm not going to get over it.
And I see this report here. It says the Dallas Mavericks are projected to lose over 9 figures in revenue over the next several years. Damn, bro.
It's like when Braun left Cleveland. They lost all their bread.
That's exactly what it's like. Yeah, there's no way you could salvage this at all. And it doesn't help that AD didn't have the best game either.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Don't say not the best game. Terrible. Trash. Ass. And garbage.
And Luka gave him a 45 that was like, it wasn't even like a yeah, motherfucker. It was more like a, I'm sorry, I had to do this 45. Like
effortless.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, it sucked. It was emotional. I felt bad, low key. But then I felt better once he got his get back in the game. And it still don't feel real that he's a Laker. And I'm happy that he's in LA now. The him and Bron tandem. And the fact that they still have Austin Reeves is crazy to me. That's like the cherry on top. And then JJ Redick being able to do what he's done with this team this year, I'm really happy for him. Because there was a lot of doubts. I was a person skeptical when he first got hired. Not in his coaching ability, just like more so, why would you want to put yourself in this situation? All the uncertainty and potentially being the scapegoat. But he's persevered through that, and he's done a tremendous job with this team. And I'm excited to see what goes forward with the Lakers. But as for the Mavericks, it's rocky now because not only do you trade him, you also got rid of Q Grimes. That was another questionable one. And then Kyrie is out he's going to miss most of next year as well. And you probably won't ever see the potential of what Nico Harrison thought this team would have been with Kyrie and Anthony Davis. You may never see that. So it's kind of like a rocky situation there. For Mavericks fans, I'd be okay. Like if y'all said, yo, I'm packing my bags and I'm going to a different team, this is like one of those occurrences where I'd be like, okay, yeah, you get the pass. Cause I don't see this shit like going good for the Mavericks at all.
You saw what Jason Kidd said and about the trade and the response from the one TV show, Chris Broussard and Nick Wright, the dude with the eyebrow when Chris Broussard bugged out. Jason Kidd was like, oh, they're comparing this to the Babe Ruth trade, and that's pretty cool. The dude who did the eyebrow shit when Chris Broussard said that fucked up shit, he cut a crazy promo. He said, this is cool to you? So you want to know a history lesson? What happened when the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth after 1918? Until the Yankees said, these are all the years the Yankees won the World Series. He read off every fucking year. And he was like, 86 years. And he said, you think that's cool? He said, that means the Mavericks haven't won since 2011 so far. You guys are on track to win your next title in 2097. And we might not even be alive to see that shit. He cut a crazy ass promo. I'm going to send that shit to you. But it's a clown show over there. It really is. And it's going to look extra bad if the Lakers win a championship this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a spin in their fucking face.
It's only going to get worse. Y'all made the play-in this year because the fucking Phoenix Suns are fucking garbage. So we'll see what happens next year when more guys are healthy and the West is even stronger, but it don't look good. And like you said, I trust from what Rob Pelinka's been able to show me, I fucking trust that when this season is over, championship or not, they are going to retool, and next year's team is going to look a lot better than this year's team. Because I think they know their issues and what they need, and if there's anybody that could get it done when their back's against the wall, it's Rob Pelinka. So I 100% trust that next year's Lakers team is going to be even better than this year's.
I'm going to ask you a trivia question and a serious question. Because you mentioned the JJ shit. Who was the last rookie Lakers head coach to win 50 games?
Last rookie Laker coach to win 50 games? Can I get a hint of...
No.
I was going to say, was it in the 80s?
I'm not going to tell you.
Last rookie... Is it Pat Riley?
And what did he do?
I think they won the chip that year.
Might be a sign. Yeah. It might be a sign. Now, here's a thought-provoking question, because I just said, if they win a championship, this trade's going to look even worse, right?
Yeah.
I saw this prompt, right, while scrolling on Twitter. Who has the most to gain from a championship this year? And it's a couple of guys. Luka, obviously, just in general. Whether it's because of the Mavericks shit, because of what happened last year in the finals, whatever. Just his legacy. Luka. Tatum with a finals MVP. Jokic, Giannis, or Shea. Who benefits the most if they win a championship? And obviously the Tatum one is the only one with a special, type of thing where you have to add the finals MVP. Everyone else, obviously they're going to get it.
Most to gain with a championship?
To their legacy.
I feel like it would be Jokic.
Think so?
Yeah. Because it's what has it been? 3 MVPs in 4 years?
Should be 4 and 5.
Yeah. And then on top of the historic year he's having now, with another ring on top of it, MVP or not, is going to have we will have some all-time conversations about that. Luka with a ring, I feel like that would be the perfect storybook ending for the season and for him for this season. And it would also be wow, I got my one in LA with Bron. I feel like that would be the ultimate weight.
His idol.
Yeah, it would be the ultimate weight off his shoulders, and we might see a demon after that. Because it would be you already got my one. I'm in LA. I'm with Bron, and our team is only gonna get better. So Tatum's is trickier because it's not only does he need the Finals MVP, he needs to have a great playoff run as well, which based on this season, I think is gonna happen. But he needs that. He can't have a repeat of last year. If he has a repeat of last year and they win and he doesn't get Finals MVP, it would just be okay. Shea, let me get to Giannis first. Giannis, I feel like Giannis I would probably put Giannis second, low-key, in that, because nobody's talking about the season he's having this year,
Giannis, okay.
Which is crazy. So another ring for him we would have to talk about some all-time shit for him, especially in this circumstance with no Dame. If he was able to get it done, we'd be talking about him having one of the best rings ever. And then with Shea, I think Shea would just cap off probably one of the better offensive seasons of all time. And then with a ring on top of that, we would probably be having conversations of is he one of the best scorers and one of the we'd be having all time who would you rather build
I'm
your
not
team
ready
on?
for that.
Yeah.
If he wins a championship, they're already gonna put him over hard, and I'm gonna spaz out. I'm gonna do it.
Nah, yeah,
I'm gonna crash out right here.
They will.
To be honest with you, I think Shea,
there might be some bold motherfuckers that put him over D Wade, which I think is crazy.
No, that's ridiculous. Some people are already saying he's already better than Stockton all time.
I'm not mad at that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know yet. So you're saying SGA is the least important? Least to gain. Sorry, I don't want to say important.
Least to gain.
So you said Jokic, Giannis.
I'll
We can
say
just do it in order. So
Jokic,
Jokic, Giannis,
Luka, and then it's between Tatum or Shea.
I'm surprised you say that. Because to be honest with you, the most important to me is, well, most again is Tatum.
You think so?
I truly think so because if Tatum was to win a championship and gain Finals MVP, even I can't say nothing to him. Because what else is there to say? I'm a champion 2 times. I'm a Finals MVP. Like you said, he would need to have a great playoff run. I think for him to even get the Finals MVP, he's going to do that anyways. I know like last year, he had the chance to do it with an underwhelming fucking finals, averaging 22 points on 38% shooting. I don't care that he led the team in all stats because he led Jaylen Brown by 1 point and he led Drew Holiday of all people in rebounds by 0.4. I don't really care. That's not that impressive, bro. But I think that ties into each other anyways. I don't think he's going to have like a bullshit Finals MVP like he could have gotten last year. I think he has the most to gain. I don't think, and I really hate to say, I hate to admit this right now on camera too, especially, I don't think you could rate Luka over him if he wins this one and a Finals MVP. I don't think you can rank SGA over him. I think the only 2 undeniables would be Giannis and Jokic. I think that cements him at that number 3. No more of him being stuck at that number 5, number 6 range. He cements himself as a top 3 player in the league. Because right now he's kind of shifting. I mean, some people, if you ask them, they say Tatum's the 3rd best player, whatever. But this will put him stamped in the conversation.
And he has one of the best resumes in the NBA.
And he'll be a repeat champion.
Yeah.
Back to back. And it could set up.
In the era of
Yeah, in an era of parity, straight up parity. And again, hopefully not, but it could set up a 3-peat, you know? So I think he has I don't want to say by far, but I think he has the most to gain. Second, I would say Jokic, yeah. Because I think a second championship, I think I'll put him over Hakeem after that. And which means, in turn, top 10 player of all time. I would rank him ahead of Steph, controversial. I'd rank him ahead of Kevin Durant, controversial. I'd rank him ahead of you know who. I'm not going to say it because you know some people are going to crash out on me. Very controversial. But 3 MVPs should be 4. Hopefully it is 4. I doubt it though with how the media is talking. But 3rd player to average a triple-double and is by far the most efficient one out of the 3 of them. And a championship. And obviously he would win Finals MVP. Who's going to take that shit from MPJ? No. Christian Brown? No. And I don't want to hear Jamal Murray talks either with how up and down he's been. To be honest with you, I hear what you're saying with the Giannis shit. I think he has the least to gain from this group, to be honest with you. Just because, fortunately, people haven't talked about him the past 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that disproves my own point, like I just said, that they haven't talked about him. This will force people to talk about him. But, like, are people really going to throw him into these conversations that Jokic is in all time with another championship? Well, they've been ignoring him for so many years already.
But I feel like in this particular predicament right now, this season, if he were to win, it's because he did some like all-time shit. And you know how people are, especially during the playoffs. Narratives are going to be changed and shit like that. We've seen people just based on playoff runs where it's like, holy shit, that guy's like that.
Yeah, no disrespect, but like Dirk's playoff run like pushed him up like 15 spots all time, probably.
Yeah. If the Bucks win a championship, it's because Giannis is averaging like 36, 14, and like fucking 9.
Like no disrespect to either of these 2 names, but Dirk with no ring, like he's like in CP convos, and CP's like what, like 32 all time, 33, 34. But with that ring, Dirk is top 30. So without that ring, he's flying back like 10 spots. So I understand what you're saying. 3rd, Luka. Storyline, trade, all this shit. But also redemption for last year. Most importantly, in that finals. And especially if it's against the Celtics too. He has a lot to gain from that shit, to be honest with you. And then like I'll say Giannis 4th, SGA 5th. Incredible season by him, incredible season by the team. I don't want to say they're not in a rush because, again, it could all come crumbling down and they end up with no championship. Like we saw the early 2010s Thunder. That should have been a dynasty. And it was like, eventually it's going to come, eventually. Never win. Early 2010s Clippers. The ring's gonna come. The ring's gonna come. The ring's gonna come. Never came. So I don't want to say no rush, but it's like this is kind of still the start of their run. So like a ring right now would be great. You're ahead of the process, in my opinion. You're ahead of the timeline, but I don't think like it's anything crazy, you know, for him to win now compared to like next year or 2 years from now. But to me, bro, by far, I think it's Tatum. I don't really think there's anything you can really say to him after that. I can't say nothing.
You literally cannot talk any shit about him.
I can't say nothing, bro. I don't want to even admit that. I can't say anything about Tatum if he wins Finals MVP. There is nothing I can deny him. And it sucks to say that, but it's the truth. I can't deny him anything. I can't force him out of the top 3 spot like in the NBA if he wins Finals MVP this year. I can't do it.
That's the only thing. He's missing Finals MVP and regular. I don't think he'll ever get regular.
He'll never win.
Regular season MVP.
That's one claim I could confidently lock in and bet a lot of money on. Tatum will never win a MVP. You're in an era right now where you see what Jokic is doing. You see what Giannis consistently is finishing third, and you're not even putting up better numbers than him.
Yeah.
And you're always finishing ahead of him in the standings, so it doesn't even matter with the standings. Yeah. And even the years where Giannis is finishing first with 50-something wins with these numbers, he still is finishing third. Look what happened in 23. 1 seed, crazy numbers. Not even close. It was Jokic and Embiid. And it's like you're the number 1 seed, number 2 seed, winning 60 games with the Celtics. You have no chance with your numbers. So it's like I don't think you'll ever win MVP because you're competing with Jokic and Giannis now, and Luka, and Shea. And then look who's coming.
Wemby next year.
Look who's coming behind you. Wemby. I know people are going to say, what the fuck? Why are you saying this guy? Tatum's way better than him. Still has room to grow. Cade. Cade's going to be competition. Projecting. Cooper flag. Projecting, obviously. That's a big time projection. Hopefully it comes true. And, you know, a lot of people don't like to... Oh, Ant-Man, obviously. Ant-Man's kind of a contemporary, kind of a peer. Still a little bit younger than you, though. So he kind of counts as a peer and someone who's coming after you, too, and like the next generation. And a lot of people don't like to, like, say, I'm still going to throw the name out there anyways, but Paolo's going to be in that composition, too. Like, there's some names, bro. I don't think he's ever going to win MVP in his life. And if they give him one, to be honest with you, it's going to be a here, bro. Take it. Just because it's missing.
I could already see him doing like a sit down with Malika Andrews.
What, in 2029?
He's like, I should have MVP.
He's like, I've done it all.
It's like MVP. It's like in February, beginning of February. He's like, I should have MVP. And then he's the number 1.
I think it'll be middle of March, honestly. Middle of March.
Yeah.
March 16th, 2029. Remember this clip. Tatum's going to be like, I've done it all. I won 2 championships. You know, I won all these games, scored all these points. I'm just missing MVP. I know I'm the best player in the league. Boom. Tatum, minus 400 to win MVP. Fucking Draymond.
It's going to be right before like a Lakers ESPN game on a fucking Friday night. Mm-hmm. And then he going to drop like 36. And like, Tatum MVP.
Tatum MVP. 2029, bro. Shout out to DG, too, for backing his boy Mobley. Mobley is now the favorite to win DPOY because he keeps talking his shit in interviews. And saying, hey, yeah. And he keeps saying, I'll go on podcasts and say it for him because he doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, Colin sent me that. I was like, Draymond's plugging in his mic right now.
Fuck Draymond. Fuck Draymond, bro. I'm not trying to hear his shit. Damn, that's kind of a nightmare now. Because last year, it was a nightmare having to even deal with watching the Celtics win series after series after series. It was a nightmare. But when Tatum didn't get Finals MVP, I was like, hey, I'm okay with it. I could live with this. But this year, Finals MVP, I can't do nothing. I'm powerless. I can't say nothing to him. That's going to piss me off badly.
Yeah, he's been playing fucking great this year.
I keep telling you, that's why I haven't said anything bad about him all season. I was on his ass all last year. Did I say anything bad about him all this season? Not really. Maybe once. But I haven't said anything bad about him. The only time I said anything bad was when it was when he said the face of the league shit. Like I'm the face of the league, or I should be the face of the league. I think that's the only time I was like, whoa. Like, it's not you. You're not the best player in the league. I think that was the only time that I said anything like bad about him. And it wasn't even that. It was just me saying like, hey, these guys are better than you. these guys are younger than you and they're almost as good as you. I think that's the only time I said anything bad to like about him, but there's nothing bad for me to say this year. I told him to be more aggressive, take it more to the rack. He did it. I can't say none. So shout out to him. So Finals MVP Tatum, if you care so much about my opinion, I'll never say anything to you ever again, bro. I won't even care about MVP, to be honest with you. I wouldn't really hold him not having a regular season MVP against him if he has a Finals MVP. Because like I don't really give a fuck. Like, do you think the average superstar would rather have an MVP or Finals MVP?
Finals.
Like a top 10 player.
Finals MVP.
You think Ant rather have an MVP or Finals MVP?
Finals MVP.
Harden trading his MVP for a Finals MVP?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't even think he'll care about that. I think he'll care, obviously. He'll still want his regular season MVP, but I think he'd rather take the final shit. Since we did talk about Jokic, so Justin, in that whole situation, Nuggets, wow. We clown the Grizzlies, and y'all know I hate the Grizzlies. We clown the Grizzlies for what they did. I can't be biased and ignore what Denver just did to Mike Malone. And I like seeing his graphic come up too a bunch on Twitter after he got fired, where he was cooking the Kings, where he was like, no balls, no class. And people were like, this is the Nuggets right now. Ridiculous, bro. If we thought the Taylor Jenkins show was crazy 2 weeks before the playoffs, this shit is less than a week before the playoffs, a week before the playoffs. Insane, bro.
Because this happened.
And the GM.
This
same
was
day.
what? This was Monday, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Monday at like 1 o'clock, 1:30. Monday afternoon, bro. I was taking lunch. I was having birria tacos. So I always remember that day. But I was taking lunch, bro. Like, you fire your GM and your coach same day?
That's crazy.
Vote of confidence is crazy low. But you think this affects their title chances, Justin?
Absolutely. You're talking about the most winningest head coach in Denver Nuggets history. Won a championship with them, took them to their first ever final, and then you're just letting them go.
First and only.
Yeah, first and only. And then you're just letting them go. I think this does affect them. I mean, I've seen some reports where like he's kind of lost his voice in the locker room, but I feel like he's a respected guy. He got there when they were kind of, I don't want to say a joke, but it was after the George Karl years, and they were kind of like in the middle, and then he came in, and then he built a culture there, and then we saw what they were able to build in that 17-18 year, and then them being able to grow after that, and then that 18-19 season, them being the 2 seed. So they were just naturally just progressing throughout the years, and then we saw the years without Murray and Porter Jr., like people growing impatient, but not realizing when those two are on the court with Jokic, this is one of the best teams in the league. And I'll never forget that 2020 bubble conference finals. That was one of the best shits.
The whole run.
Yeah, that whole run was fucking crazy. They came back from what, 2-3-1 leads?
That was some of the most fun ball I've ever seen. Yeah, Jamal Murray versus D. Mitch. And they also came back in 3-1 that. Coming back from 3-1 against LA.
I remember that's when people started saying Jokic is the best center in the league.
Yep,
it was
when it started.
That's when it started.
Mainstream, at least.
Yeah, that's when it started right there. And I feel like to get rid of him now, it just sucks because he's literally been there from the beginning with Jokic, with Murray, with Porter Jr., with this core. And I seen a lot of it it just came down to the GM, Calvin Booth, being cheap. And I think last summer, they fired his whole coaching staff. So he kind of just, that's kind of like the sign that you got to peep early. When they fire the coaching staff and they keep the head coach, that's when it's like, all right, we trying to get rid of his ass. But also Calvin Booth is also being cheap. Like we've talked about it numerous times in the summer, letting Bruce Brown go, letting KCP go. Letting Jeremy Grant just go to Detroit like that. And Calvin Booth made like an emphasis of, yo, we don't need those guys. We'll just draft these guys and just have them replace them. That's why you see Christian Brown playing so much. But credit to him, he's been hooping. But you see Calvin Booth feeding to play Jalen Pickett. and fucking Hunter Tyson and Julian Strother and all these guys like fiending to play these young guys like, oh, they're on cheap deals. Let's just throw them out there. Because we're not trying to pay these guys. I think that's where the ultimate rift came, and Mike Malone and Calvin Booth not seeing eye to eye, so there was some friction there. But I think this hurts the Nuggets going into the postseason because, like, what is your interim coach doing? It's like he can't implement his new philosophies this late into the season.
Hey, he 2-0.
So it's like, it's tough. It's very tough.
I just had a fact check because I was like, damn, did they really go from George straight to Mike? And actually, they didn't.
They didn't?
Nah, yeah, it 2 Brian Shaw years.
Was it? Nah, Dave Yeager was never with the Nuggets.
No.
He was with the Kings.
2 Brian Shaw years, mad random. But Mike Malone was with the Kings. But yeah, 2 random ass Brian Shaw years. I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah,
George Karl left, got fired or left after
was it 13-14?
12-13 after they lost to Curry.
Damn, he was coach of the year that year too.
Yeah, bro. Top win shares. Who was top win shares in 12-13, Justin?
Was it not the Heat?
No. Like on that team.
Oh, was it Kenneth Faried?
Yeah. I thought you was gonna say Ty Lawson first.
Kenneth Faried, yo.
I thought you was gonna say Ty Lawson first or Iguodala. Yeah, bro went straight from the manimal, but yeah.
Shout out Newark.
It was him, 7.8. I gotta see that, bro. He really from Newark? Yeah, he is from
Newark.
Newark, bro. He only 35. His high school was Technology in Newark, New Jersey. Where the fuck is that? Literally just called Technology. Damn, bro. Out the league by 29.
The league changed on him.
If he was drafted 10 years before, bro, all-star.
Imagine Kenneth Faried in like 2001.
Demon. Basically Kenyon Martin without the defense. If you think about it. I gotta watch Kenneth Faried highlights, bro, when I go. Bro, 3rd in Rookie of the Year? And you're with like Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler,
second?
Kawhi. I think Klay. Who do you think it was before I check?
I was gonna say Kemba, but then they was ass, yo. I don't want to lock in Kemba. Not Brandon Knight.
Hey, that's not a bad pick neither.
Marshawn Brooks. He was good his rookie year. I'll go Kemba.
Do you want to take a second guess?
Was it anybody that we thought of?
It's not a fair pick, to be honest with you, either. But I'll let you have one more guess. But you're not going to think of him technically. It's technicality. That's why.
Oh, so I'm guessing he wasn't drafted in 2011. And he was... Jeremy Lin?
Ricky Rubio.
Ah, okay.
I forgot. He ain't played like 2 years.
Oh, no. Jeremy Lin did play his rookie year. He just barely got burned.
Yeah, bro, hold up. Klay averaged 12 and a half. And you telling me this man didn't even finish top 5? It was Kyrie, Ricky, Kenneth Faried, Kawhi, and Shumpert.
Okay.
Above Klay. Then IT, Brandon Knight. Shout out one of my favorite players at that time, too. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Brandon Knight was good, yo.
Chandler Parsons is who I was going to shout out to.
Oh.
Marshawn finished over Kemba. Then Kemba.
That's when they won 7 games.
And Josh Shelby.
Summer League legend.
Josh Selby. Bro said Marshawn Brooks was great his rookie year.
I said he was good.
Oh, I'm sorry for adding that.
I'm sorry. I was at the game against Houston where he dropped like 23 points.
Is that the Gerald Green shit?
Yeah, that game was great.
I still can't
He was looking like young Kobe that game.
What's the story behind that shit? So you guys went as a school thing?
I think PTO was giving tickets for like $10. And a bunch of us went.
For just your school?
That was... Yeah,
or for like the whole district?
That was for Steen. I don't know about...
Why the fuck did... Why didn't we get that shit, bro?
That shit was so lit. That was when Kyle Lowry was on the fucking Rockets.
Kyle Lowry, Gerald Green.
Luis Scola.
Kevin Martin. Yo.
No, Gerald Green was on the Nets.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Martin, though.
Kevin Martin
was on that game.
Fucking Darren Williams didn't play. Brooke Lopez didn't play. Chris Humphries had a double-double.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I think Sunday out of games might have been on that team.
Who went?
Did Dave go to that? I feel like he did. I know Dacre went. I know
Dacre, maybe Dave.
but we didn't even sit together though. I know because I remember they showed Dacre on the jumbotron.
Y'all be making it sound like it was like a field trip.
Nah. It was like go if you want to type shit. Like it was like on. I think the game was on a Saturday.
Colin was there.
I think he might have been there too.
D was there.
Nah, he wasn't there.
Hey man, I ain't got no invite. I wish they gave us some fucking PTO tickets.
That was a fun game. That dunk was crazy, yo. Seeing that shit live.
That's NBA history, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't seen no NBA history yet.
You saw Marcus Morris game winner.
Game Luka and Porzingis' first game back.
Nah, that game was crazy.
I also saw
that was one of my favorite games we ever been to.
I also saw I saw Noah Vonleh block Giannis on Christmas and step over him to end the half. And what else I see? Hey, I saw D'Lo bounce the ball and oop it to Bron. That was with you.
Low-key Knicks history. I saw Randall, that dunk against the Nets.
I didn't see that.
That game was fucking wild.
Oh, you said that you was screaming? You said the Nets fans next to you was tight?
That game was wild.
You know what history I could have seen? My mom was about to buy me the tickets to the Curry game.
The 54?
No.
Oh, when he passed Ray Allen?
Yeah, the record game. She said, I was about to get that for you and your brother for Christmas. But I didn't know. And she said specifically that game. I looked at her, I was like, what? I was like, you're lying. She's like, no, yeah, like I was going to send you guys like there. But I didn't know if you guys wanted to go. Son, me and my brother was about to crash out. Not crash out, but we was like, fuck. And it was for cheap at the time because she would have bought it months in advance and then told us, hey, y'all going to go to this Knicks game on this day. I was like, oh, shit, we lit. But damn, I could have seen Curry break the record for threes.
That would have been crazy.
Oh, well, bro. You got to move on. I still haven't moved on, to be honest with you. But I've seen Bron. I've seen Luka, I've seen Giannis. I ain't seen Jokic.
I got to see
I ain't
Jokic
seen
in
Curry.
person.
I ain't seen KD.
Yeah, I've never seen KD in person. Never seen Curry in person. I want to see Jokic in person.
I want to see Jokic badly.
I want to see Wemby too.
I never got to see Monte Ellis in person. That one breaks my heart. I love me some Mississippi Bullet. That's really my dog, bro. I love Monte. On some no funny shit.
Bullet.
I love Monte on some no funny shit.
Oh yeah, the Mellow 62. That game was so fun.
Oh yeah, you was there for that.
That game was so fun.
You just be there for shit, bro.
That game was so lit. When he made that half court shot, I'm like, oh yeah, it's over.
Yeah, and I just be there for a fucking. I'm not downplaying, but I'm there for a Morris game winner. And you see Melo drop 60.
I was about to say.
You can't say no. To be fair, nigga drop 60.
Yeah. I was about to be like, yo, that game was more entertaining because we was frying the fucking Bobcats.
That Mavs game was entertaining. I'll never forget when Luka hit like 3 threes in a row, and the third one was crazy. And D just looked at me like this, and he just smirked, and he started covering his mouth like he always does. I just shook my head and looked down.
It was bittersweet because I had Luka in fantasy.
I remember you had Luka in fantasy.
That shit was crazy.
I was like, fuck, man. I was rooting against them. Damn, that's a good ass game. We gotta go to another one soon. Maybe next season. I'd love to do playoffs with that.
I'm not spending my hard-earned money on this bullshit ass team for the playoffs.
It's not even that, bro. Even if this was last year's team, I'm not doing it, bro. It's just so expensive. You're not about to make me spend $500.
What I wish I would have
sit up with Christ.
What I wish I would have did last year was take that drive to Philly, and watch that historic all-time Jalen Brunson Game 4
and talk shit.
The game where
talk after.
Yeah, when he dropped 47 in Philly. That I wish I went to, because I think that was the game Mike and Kev went to. And we went up 3-1. Oh my God.
I forgot they went to that shit.
Yeah, they went to that game.
Fuck Mike. I hope he watches this.
I'm about to put the timestamp.
For no specific reason either. An hour and 14 minutes. For no specific reason, but fuck Mike. I need him to hear that shit. Let's talk about the West, Justin. So, we know how the West is going, bro. Tomorrow's last day of the season. And to be honest with you, this is low-key the most exciting last day of the season ever.
Yeah.
And it's giving me that, that vibe that, that vibe that I keep saying that we're missing in comparison to football, in comparison to baseball, in comparison to soccer, where it's like on the last day, shit really comes down to a wire. Who's going to finish where on the last day? Who's going to win the division on the last day? Who's going to get the wild card? Who's going to win the whole league in soccer on the last day? It's going to take this one goal. Are they going to tie? Are they going to win? Are they going to lose? Whatever. Finally, we getting that feeling, bro. And I'm happy that the NBA put the games like at similar times so that nobody could do that fuck shit of, oh, I'm going to lose on purpose. So right now, after the loss, Memphis is locked for the play-in. As per my predictions, they might sound bogus at a point in time. Even when,
Why is this a thing?
I mean, I'll just say it on camera. Like, why is Isaiah Thomas talking about LeBron shirtless? Like, why are you worried about other men without shirts? Is that really that important?
He was like, he's warming up with a do-rag. No respect for the game. I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
All right, bro. Didn't you and Magic Johnson kiss each other before the finals? Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit. But, damn, Justin, you just made me lose my train of thought. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, Memphis is locked for the play-in, thankfully. My takes, my predictions, they might sound bogus at the start of the season. I might even look crazy in the middle of the season. But look, I never let go of them. I never waver. Either I'm going to admit I'm wrong when I'm wrong, or I'm going to pop my shit when I'm right. Justin, what am I doing? I'm going to pop my shit that the Grizzlies is in the play-in like I said they would be. I'm popping my shit because Dequan still owes me a Hennessy bottle, and I was bugging out because I didn't think Paul George was going to average 20. He finished with what, 16 and change? 17, I think? Who cares? Dequan owes me a Hennessy bottle, not even 20, not even 19.8, not even close to that shit. Memphis is down. I have all like kind of like the possible scenarios, Justin, and now I'm going to go through all the last day matchups, and we're going to go through the predictions for last day. So, the Warriors have a winning record over the Wolves. They beat the series 3-1. The Wolves swept the Clippers. The Wolves swept the Nuggets. So if the Wolves win and the Nuggets lose, the Wolves hold the tiebreaker. The Lakers hold the 3 seed. So right now, what's in play is between the Nuggets, the Wolves, the Clippers, and the Warriors. And one of them has to go down the play-in. And if I had to pick one that I wanted to go down off preference, I think you and me both know what my answer is. And it's the fucking Warriors. So, just to read off the wins right now. With the Nuggets, they have 49 wins. Clippers have 49 wins. Warriors have 48. Timberwolves have 48. And of course, the Grizzlies have 47. But who cares? They stuck in the play-in. We don't really give a fuck. By the way, Jaren Jackson finished last night with 1 rebound. Do I even have to talk about this shit anymore? I texted
How the fuck? Wow, Edie had 16.
You thought I was trolling? No, I mean, so he had 1 rebound.
No, I believed you. I just had to see this shit myself.
Did you watch the game at all?
Nah, I didn't see this game.
Edie had the ball in the clutch. He had a layup at the rim against Westbrook. It looked like Westbrook blocked him, right? He got stuffed by the rim in the clutch. No, sorry, he didn't get stuffed by the rim because he didn't even touch the rim. He got stuffed by the backboard. I guess he got scared.
How the fuck do you only have 1 rebound, yo?
And Jokic was missing free throws in the clutch, and they still won. And they came back.
Jaren Jackson is 6'10", bro.
Does it show recent games on there? Because I think the game before he rebounded like shit too.
Yeah, I could find it too.
I forgot who was against though.
The Timberwolves, he had
0?
1 rebound.
Back-to-back 1 rebound games?
Yeah.
What is his line at? I'm about to check
I want
right
to say
now.
5.5.
No, it's not.
You think lower than that?
I bet you it's 4.5. I bet you his line's 4.5. I'm going to go on FanDuel right now. I bet you Jaren Jackson Jr.'s rebounds is 4.5.
Last 6 games, 1 rebound, 1 rebound, 5 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 7 rebounds.
I think it's 4.5. Let's see. Let's go straight to NBA because I've been doing too much MLB. Let's hope they don't have player props up yet. That's fucking whack. Does DraftKings have player props? I don't think anybody has player props yet until the day of. That's fucking whack, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna check tomorrow. I'm gonna set a reminder. I bet you it's 4.5. 1 rebound.
Back-to-back 1 rebounds games is crazy.
I don't even want to talk about it. But I even texted my boy. I was like, bro. Right after the game, I was like, bro, seriously, 1 rebound? I feel like he watches the pod and he's rage baiting me. It feels like that.
I remember
it's
the
getting
last time we
ridiculous.
cooked him, he had 15 rebounds.
Now back-to-back 1s. Phenomenal. Sensational, like Future said. But right now, Justin, based on what I just said, who do you think is going to be the one team that falls to play-in?
Out of the 4 to 7 group?
Well, it really is. I got to check the tiebreakers between the Nuggets and the Warriors and like the Clippers and the Nuggets. I want to find like an article that shows all the possible tiebreakers, but if the Nuggets and the Clippers were to lose and the Warriors and Timberwolves win, they're all tied in wins. One of them got to go down. I think it's going to be the Warriors.
I hope it's the Warriors.
That's what I'm saying. I hope it's the fucking
I
Warriors.
hope it's the Warriors. But who I think...
I'll tell you their games too.
I don't think the fucking Nuggets fall to 7.
Ooh.
They could though still, right?
Nah, wait, Justin, listen to this shit.
All right.
Clippers play the Warriors.
Tomorrow, right?
Clippers play the Warriors. Timberwolves play the Jazz. They're good. They're not going to play in.
So if the Clippers beat the Warriors and Timberwolves take care of business...
It's confusing. I think maybe the Clippers fall. Because like it's 3-way tiebreaker. Like who beats, it's probably like a rock, paper, scissors type shit. I got to see all their records against each other. It's very confusing. And then...
They don't have like a playoff scenario.
There's a tough one. Nuggets play the Rockets. So Timberwolves always got to take care of business. And then you have a direct head-to-head for seeding. And then maybe the Rockets rest. Who knows? But
If I had to pick who's going to fall, I'm going to say either Warriors or Nuggets.
Fair enough. I think it's going to be the Warriors. And I'm praying it's the Warriors.
I'm
Warriors to go
praying
down.
it's the Warriors. Because like, if you're the Lakers, do you want to play Golden State in round 1?
I don't give a shit if I'm the Lakers. I'm not scared of them. The fuck? Why would I be scared of the Warriors?
I don't know.
Bogus ass run right now, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, Justin, my dream scenario right now, Warriors fall to play-in. Warriors beat the Grizzlies. Kings obviously beat the Mavs. Kings beat the Grizzlies. And if that comes true, bro, I'll be a very happy man. Very fucking happy.
Damn,
and it's possible.
If Memphis misses out completely, it's going to be a long summer for them motherfuckers.
I'll whip my shit out on the show. Actually, let me not say that because there's a real possibility that could happen.
Yeah.
But still, I'll do something crazy on here. I don't know what yet, but I'll do something crazy on here.
I'm looking at this shit again.
I'll pull up in Tim's and knee pads.
It's a real possibility.
How about that? I'll pull up in Tim's and knee pads if they miss the playoffs and the play-in.
I feel like they're going to end up as the A seed.
You think so? Come on, Kings. Take care of business. Please, bro. Please. A bonus. I need you to have 30 rebounds. It's very possible. Have a 20-30 game again. If you could do that shit, bro, I'll be so fucking hyped, bro. I'll be excited. I'll be so happy, Justin. I ain't gonna lie. Since we kind of stuck in a predicament, Justin, I understand you have your vacation. And it sucks that, that we don't really have set standings. All we could really predict is the East play-in. And technically, we can't even really do that. Because the Hawks and the Bulls are separated by 1 win.
Also, they could flip-flop.
And that's actually very important because one would go up to 8. But being as it goes right now, I'm taking the Magic to beat the Hawks.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bulls to beat the Heat. And unfortunately, I'm taking the Hawks to beat the Bulls. Trae Young's going to be like, by the time he retires, the all-time playing scorer. It's Valanciunas' title right now. I don't know if you've seen that. He leads the playing in points and rebounds. And he's played the most playing games.
And it's crazy
And he's
because
back again.
playing don't even count towards regular season or playoffs. It's just his own entity.
It's not even in Basketball Reference yet. They got to put that shit in.
Yeah.
But Trae Young's going to finish.
Yeah, fucking, they going to have top 10 all-time playing scores. It's going to be Trae Young, fucking Kobe White, Valanciunas.
Hey, low-key. Bron's in the mix.
Because he's played, what, 2021? 23? Was he in the plan?
He was in the plan. He was in the plan last year.
2024.
The year before.
2023.
And 21.
Yeah,
and 21. He's been in the plan 3 times.
There was a 7 seed in 23, right? And they beat the fucking
They went to the conference finals.
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies. Last year they lost in round 1. And then 21 they lost to the Suns round 1.
Yeah.
And they would have beat the Suns if AD never got hurt.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's my predictions, bro.
Damn, I'll never forget 2023 when the Thunder were the 10 seed. And they played the T-Wolves and they got smacked.
Yeah, man. And T-Wolves was no joke, nigga.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony Edwards. He said, what did he say? He said something. He said, all the girls in the world know. What did he say? I'm the best? Some shit like that.
He said some shit. He's like, tell all the girls.
Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck. And they was chanting child support at him too, and he started laughing in the Grizzlies game.
He's funny as fuck.
Yeah, he the funniest thing in the NBA, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
$2 million up front.
Hey man, don't knock his hustle. If you a GM, you'd rather be dealing with him or Ja in terms of public relations only, not talent.
And
Actually, let me say it better like this. Whose PR person would you rather be? Ants or Jaws?
And
For real?
yeah.
That's you're very confident. Like that sounds like an easy question too. I don't really think it's that easy.
I would go with Ant.
Or what if you had to put in order them and then add Zion because you just saw that his ex-girlfriend just broke into his house and egged his house and beat up his baby mother or his current girlfriend, whatever it is. I think his baby mother beat up his current girlfriend, some shit like that, and egged his house.
See, I feel like the thing with Zion, I feel like as long as he's playing, the outside noise ain't really as loud. It's when he's not playing. So it's like if I was his PR, if he's not playing, I'm just going to be doing straight day in the lives, like him working out in the gym.
You can't do a day in the life, bro.
Not
We
with
know
his-
his
not
day
with
in
his
the
shirt
life
off.
is. No, we know his day in the life is. His thing is going on Batty Hub, find the girl's IG and DMing them and flying them out. We know what his day in the life is. And
That
then
shit was
ordering
crazy on Twitter.
DoorDash.
Fucking Mariah Mills posted on Twitter and somebody quote tweeted and it was like, Zion is a fucking monster.
You know what's the word? No, not that tweet. Someone didn't say lock him up or lock him in prison. Someone said lock him in a zoo.
Yeah.
And you know what someone said after that? They said he probably start fucking the animals in there. That's crazy.
He's crazy.
Mariah Mills looks so gross right now.
And they call Zion a gooner with money.
He Zion, the number one gooner in the world, low key. I ain't gonna lie.
He's a millionaire gooner.
He's the biggest NBA gooner in history. I could say that by far. I mean, Wilt's technically not a gooner. He was just a pimp. You feel me? Zion's a gooner though.
Yeah, Will isn't a gooner.
He's just a pimp. Like Ant, he's a pimp, you know? But Zion, Gil, he's a pimp. Zion's a gooner. Now he's going out of his way to hit these nasty looking porn stars. And who was that NFL player that ran off on 2 OnlyFans bitches out the hotel without paying? You remember that video? It was an NFL player. I think he was a cornerback. They were like recording him, I guess to blackmail him. So he ran out without paying. The girl ran out naked behind him.
Oh, I think
They just did like a threesome with him. I don't know who it is though. But and she was chasing his ass and they was like, yo, get her in the fucking league.
And I'm pretty sure Zion's baby moms went viral for being in a street fight.
So wait, putting them in order though, because you didn't get to answer. Like easiest to hardest, Ja, and Zion to be the PR agent.
The easiest to hardest.
So you still think Ant's the easiest one?
Actually, nah.
I don't think it's as easy of a question as you think it is.
I feel like when Ja's not doing the shit on like.
When is that? This motherfucker literally just threw a grenade.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And said, "It's me," taking the words out my mouth and throwing it to the crowd and not listening to what they say back. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's crazy.
No one believes that shit.
Yeah. The easiest one. But yeah, you're right. It's like, when is Ja not doing that? Because when he's not, it's pretty much smooth sailing.
When is Ja not doing his bullshit? When is Ant, not hitting BBL bandits and telling them to get an abortion? When is Zion not being a gooner? It's like 24/7.
I think the easiest, none of these are easy. I'll probably put Zion 1.
You think he's the easiest?
Out of them 3. Because I feel like he's the one where it's like, I feel like once he's on the court, we not even talking about the other shit. Ja Morant still be on the court.
On and off.
Yeah, and we still talking about this shit. So I'll probably do, in terms of easy to hardest, I'll probably do Zion. I'm going to say Zion and Ja.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to say Ant, Zion, Ja. Ja's obviously.
Ja's the hardest one because it's like, I don't think he could escape that shit.
I'm going to throw a curveball real quick too. You think Gil in today's era with social media would be harder than all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Like by far, not even close. You think worse than all 3 of them combined? I think so. Yeah. I think he'll be doing a combination of the Zion, Ja, and Ant shit. He'll be doing what all 3 of them is doing, bro.
You see that video of the mom? She went sneaker shopping and the kid got Anthony Edwards, and she was like, "Put those Anthony Edwards shoes back. He don't take care of his kids."
I didn't see that.
And then she was like, "Go get the Ja Morants, because at least he take care of his daughter." I was like, damn.
Role model Ja Morant.
Nah, people was clowning her though. They're like, "You fucking recorded this shit and posted it. You probably told him to pick up them shoes too."
I'm trying to think who else was like a PR disaster in like NBA history.
It's been good as of recent, but those early 2020 Kyrie days. Wow.
Oh wait, I was about to say. Hold on. Add 2020 Kyrie to the mix. You think he's hard to defend than Ja?
2020 to like 2022 Kyrie. Nah, what's harder?
Is harder than Ja?
What's harder, Kyrie after the Amazon video or Ja?
Come on, bro. Don't do that. I don't even want to comment on that shit. I'd rather be Ja's PR.
Nah, yeah, I'd rather be Ja.
Ja went through less repercussions pointing a gun at a teenager than what Kyrie.
How long was Kyrie out for?
A minute. Yo, you had Jewish niggas pull up courtside. Kyrie dapped him up.
Oh yeah, and then the whole vaccine shit.
Yeah, Kyrie. Yo, that is probably the hardest player to be a PR agent for in history, in NBA history. I don't think it's close. I think that's harder than Gil.
And it's not even just that Kyrie. You could go back to like 2017 Kyrie too.
No, hold on. That
one
was worse.
No,
that one was the worst.
Yeah, this was peak.
That's the hardest
imagine
one.
like Earth is flat Kyrie. Like,
oh yeah, he's like, the Earth is flat. Remember when he pulled up Sue up to ESPN?
Yeah. I'll never forget that shit. They was asking him every question. He was just dodging everything.
All right.
That was an all-time like dodging performance.
I think this might be the last one I ask you. Would you rather be the PR agent for that peak Kyrie, Zion, Ja, and Gil, all 5 of them, or just Kanye right now? And it's only you. Like it's only you managing they bullshit at the same time. Like you have no help. It's not agency.
Kanye.
What? You saying that's harder or easier?
I would rather be Kanye's.
What?
Yeah, because I'll just be like, oh, he's sick.
At a certain point, but like, excuses don't work. That excuse not working right now.
I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like,
He probably fire you in the first hour.
he's crazy with this shit he's been tweeting lately.
Like once you tell him like, yo, bro, like let me just hold your phone, he'll probably like cut a promo on you.
All right, I'm gonna ask you like all time PR. This will be the last one. Would you rather be PR for Michael Jordan during the gambling era, like that gambling scandal?
But with social media around?
Yeah. Dennis Rodman when in the Bulls era when he had to like leave, when he was asking to leave and shit.
I think that's the hardest one.
Going to WrestleMania.
I think that's whoa. Wasn't WrestleMania.
What was it?
It was WCW.
WCW.
We're not gonna do that.
Going there, or what was I gonna say?
Magic?
No.
Well,
or Ron Artest during the Malice in the Palace.
oh, bro, like you're saying, who's the hardest? Like order it.
Yeah.
Easiest is Ron Artest. No, wait. Easiest is Jordan. Ron Artest, and by far, it's not even fucking close. All the way down here is Dennis Rodman. I think it would be harder to defend Dennis Rodman than Pete Kyrie. Honestly, motherfucker married himself. Do you not remember that shit?
Nah, I do.
Like, and he was going out to Vegas and fucking Carmen Electra and Mark Cuban's pool house.
And just left it a mess.
Yeah, and then just left it a mess and fucked it all up. Yeah, bro, that is the hardest one by far. I can't even think. I'm trying to think of one more PR nightmare all time. I think he's the worst one now you brought that up. I don't even think Magic would be hard, bro. People would just be like, damn, he's just getting laid.
Yeah, that's more of like a tragedy than like.
Yeah, that's like a tragic thing. Like the HIV shit afterwards, that's a tragedy thing. But like him in his prime, like people would just be like, he's just getting laid. Who cares? You feel me? That's it. But besides that, bro, yeah, Dennis Rodman's the worst. I see your face. I see your face, bro. Whatever you're about to say, don't say it. Because when I see your face like that, I know that you shouldn't say that shit, bro.
Yeah, it was about to be some crazy shit.
I ain't gonna lie. Wait, one last thing, and we can move on. Bro, that Kanye shit with Jim Jones was comedy. He was more mad about him not knowing what a PDF was than him taking $2 million from him. What type of sense does that make?
That was hilarious.
He said, you know why I'm mad? Because it's to my face, nigga. That he don't know a P. And then I was just like, maybe he didn't know how to do it. Just straight up. Mad Quake's like, maybe he just didn't know how to do it. And he was like, you don't think one of his young niggas know how to do it? You got a point. Fuck.
Nah, his tweets lately have been crazy.
He's banned. You didn't see that? Dave Blunt posted a screenshot of him and Kanye texting. He was like, yo, they just banned me on Twitter. Make sure my message gets out. And Dave Blunt was like, what about the album? He's like, this is more important. Son was tweaking, bro. I still love his music though. I can't really say much about that, but it's getting a little bit hard to defend him, Justin. Justin, I need to be honest with you before we go into the final segment. I forgot the honey pack.
What?
I'm sorry. I forgot to set the reminder. I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't mean to. Obviously, I didn't do it on purpose, but I forgot the honey pack. And I thoroughly apologize. But I still got the MVPs though, if that means anything to you.
Yeah.
You look disappointed, bro.
No, I'm looking at Twitter right now because Charlotte Hornets have gotten worse every year since 2022.
I thought you were going to say Charlotte Flair for a second. I'm about to say, well, we got to talk about that in a second.
Motherfuckers won 43 games in 2022.
All right, Justin, MVP of the week. You ready?
Yeah.
We got Zach LaVine first, who's hooping. And thank you for hooping for my Kings. I just need you to beat the Grizzlies now. Obviously, the Mavericks first, but then the Grizzlies. 37, 2-1. Bro was just scoring. 43, 3-4. 27 with 11 assists. No rebounds on his Jaren Jackson Jr. shit. And 26, 4-5. But they was 2-2. A little bit mid. We got Ant-Man. The last one's going to make you laugh a little bit. 37, 2-2. 25, 7-4. 44, 5-3 against the Grizz. Thank you. And then 9, 4-5. 3-1 though. And then Luka, 30, 7-6, 23, 3-5, 45, 8-6, 39, 8-9, 3-1 for the Lakers. Justin, your Royal Honey MVP of the week is
Luka Doncic.
Fair enough. I agree with you. Big shout out to Luka. We love you, bro. I need you to go win a championship. Justin, before even shout outs, are you going to buy the LeBron doll?
No.
You don't want to like put one right here?
No.
You sure? I'm going to buy one for my room. I might as well buy one for the set too.
Nah.
Why not?
I mean, you could buy one for the set, but I'm not buying one.
You don't fuck with it?
I'm not buying another man as a fucking doll.
I am. It's different because it's LeBron.
Nah.
You know it's different. It's LeBron. I just bought a Hennessy bottle with his face on it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing diddy about that. These 3 extra topics, bro. I don't even know what order I want to talk to you about them, bro. These 3 extra after show topics, bro. Well, first off, as we could get this out the way, you want to switch spots with me and lay on the couch? No diddy?
For what?
Therapy.
Is it a therapy session for what?
For the Duke loss. You guys got duked up the butt.
I guess.
You want to switch for real? We could switch.
I mean, I could talk about it here.
Nah, you could lay here, bro. I know it's tragic. Tragic new paddock.
I'm gonna have to pause. I was gonna say if I lay, the mic has to be like
right there. I've thought about laying on the couch too for a show. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't gonna do that. Maybe one day. After the Grizzlies lose, I'll do it. How you feel?
Sick to my stomach. I mean, it's been a week, but I was sick to my stomach. I did literally after it happened, I didn't want to talk at all. Like I literally got home and I was just quiet for mad long.
Wait, where were you?
I went to Miller's.
Well, who? Your brother?
No, my girl. And well, she was upset because she doesn't like when I scream, like when I'm hype. So I literally watched like the final moments, like outside. And it was in the cold, and then we fucking lost. And I didn't talk the whole car ride home. I got home, took a shower, didn't even talk. She was asking me questions. I didn't even talk at all. I was like heartbroken. Because I'm like, yo. And I've said this shit before the season. I mean, not before the season, like early on in the season. I was like, bro, this may sound hyperbolic, but I'm like, out of all my years watching Duke, this was the best team I've ever seen. And some people thought I was crazy. Like I remember when I told Daka that shit, he was like, nah, you're bugging. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, this is the best team I've ever seen out of all my years watching Duke. So losing that game, it was like, bro, this is the year we should have won. And watching that national championship game, I was like, we would have beat Florida, bro. Like this shit is insane. So it sucks because like, and the thing that hurts even more is like, it's not like the 90s where you have these guys for 4 years. It's like you have them for 1 year and now they're all going to the NBA. And it's like you grow an attachment with this team. I think that's the worst part about it. You grow an attachment with this team and then they're all gone. Like I haven't felt this broken about a Duke loss since 2019 when we lost to Michigan State. And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually wrote it in my notes last Sunday, ranking all the Duke losses that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm about to read it right now. I literally sat there and thought about it. So at number 1, I have the Final Four game from last week against Houston. At number 2, I have the Michigan State loss in 2019 with Zion, RJ, and them.
What round was that?
Elite 8. Number 3, I have the 2022 versus UNC in the Final Four. That was Coach K's last year. And I actually rewatched that game just to like confirm like how much this hurt. It hurt, but not more than the Final Four game of last Saturday. At 4, I have 2014 versus Mercer. We lost in the round of 64 to a fucking, I believe they were a 15 seed. That was when Jabari Parker was there. That one was fucking embarrassing because I'll never forget Coach Kidd looked me dead in my eye and said, "Fuck Duke." I'll never forget that shit. Number 5 is 2018 versus Kansas in the Elite Eight. Number 6 is 2016 versus Oregon.
Is that Frank Mason or that's after Frank Mason?
2018.
That's after, right?
I think that's after him. I think Devontae Graham was on this team. 2016 versus Oregon in the Sweet 16. That's when we had Ingram. Then number 7 is 2012 versus Lehigh in the fucking round of 64. Number 8 is 2024 versus NC State.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. CJ was there?
Yeah, CJ. Number 8 was 2024 versus NC State in the Elite Eight. Number 9 was 2023 versus Tennessee in the round of 32. That was John Shire's first year as the head coach. Number 10 was 2017 versus South Carolina. I had bad vibes that game. Going into halftime, I was like, I don't have a good feeling about this, and we lost. And then number 11 was 2013 versus Louisville in the Elite Eight. Didn't feel no type of way because that was the best team in the country, and they went on to win the whole thing at the end. But yeah, that Houston one was number 1, and it's like, damn, now I gotta wait till next year. I gotta wait for Cameron Boozer and Caden Boozer to hopefully fulfill the promises of what this team was gonna achieve. But it sucks thinking about it because it's like March Madness is literally survive in advance. You never know what could happen, and it was like the most painful shit. And this is one of the best teams ever that I've seen. No, this is the best team I've ever seen in my life, and we didn't get to finish the job.
I was going to order a Houston shirt, but it was going to come after this show, so I was like, I'm not going to do it then. It's going to be too late for the jokes. But yeah, me, Josh, Dequan, and Dave were in the Shannon, bro. And when we started gaining hope, Dequan threw down some fucking bread on FanDuel ASAP. That show was like a natural honey pack. I was on brick mode.
Yeah, Dave told me he turned heel. He was like, I wanted Duke to win, but then these niggas voting for Houston made me switch.
That is crazy
That
glaze.
was crazy, yeah.
That's crazy glaze.
He literally told me that.
I mean, we was all right next to him. Everybody was hyping there. Everyone was going against Duke, basically. Everyone was like, fuck Duke. I literally told some random, I was like, fuck Duke. And he was getting hyped.
Everybody hates Duke.
That shit was funny as fuck, but now yeah, after the foul, at the free throw line, I was like, yes.
I thought it was over when the dude got the fucking technical trying to steal the inbounds.
And I'm not gonna lie. I thought Cooper Flagg was gonna have his moment right there.
Yeah, Josh texted me. He was like, Cooper Flagg's gonna do it. He's gonna have his Leitner moment.
Damn, he texted you on the side?
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. He was right next to me. He didn't even tell us that.
I knew something was fishy when Eric texted in the chat saying, damn, these refs love Duke. I knew something was fishy.
That's how you knew he bet on Houston.
Yeah, because as soon as the buzzer sounded, he was like, he's just doing the Houston screenshot.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I knew something was fishy the national championship game when he was like, Houston's just the best team in the country. And then as soon as the buzzer sounded, he was like, it was Florida the whole time.
I can't believe my bracket finished in last. Fucking Bama, bro. Fucking Bama. I had them win the whole thing, and they lost. Oh, well. Oh, well, bro. Hey, there's always next year. I mean, it's not going to be Cooper Flagg, but always next year.
Yeah. And this year was tough because it was like you had all 4 number ones. And in my bracket, I was like, there's no way all 4 don't make it.
Nah.
I thought Auburn was going to be the one to lose before the Final Four.
Shit happens, guy.
Yeah, I'm still pretty sad about it.
Maybe the Boozer Boys do something.
I'm getting hyped, but it's like, usually, like, I'll never forget last year, like middle of the season, I couldn't wait for this year.
Because of Cooper Flagg.
Because last year, I didn't think we was going to get that far. I think the fact that we got to the Elite, we should have lost to Houston last year, but Jamal Shea got hurt. So I thought that we should have lost him. Like, because I remember last year doing the brackets, I had us losing in the fucking second round, the round of 32. But then Jared McCain just started bugging.
Fuck Jared McCain.
So, I mean, not yet. But I will say Cameron Boozer is, I mean, he's not Cooper Flag, but a motherfucker is, he's one of the top motherfuckers for a reason. One of the most winningest high school resumes I've ever seen.
We'll see what happens, bro.
Hopefully. Hopefully they get Isaiah Evans to stay because we need all the fucking returners we could get. Transfer portal, we have 10 million NIL, but we'll see what they do.
Lady Cox, we good. We'll run it back. We known champs for a reason.
They said Lee is gonna transfer, the one that we saw against Rutgers.
Yeah.
He just visited St. John's.
Damn, he moving up.
I think his list is BYU, St. John's, Duke, UNC.
Duke?
Yeah, I don't think he's not gonna play if he goes to Duke.
Damn. And I'm not gonna lie.
He could go to UNC though, because like 3 of them transferred.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Props to him because we talking about the dude from Princeton, by the way.
Xavier Lee.
Yeah, like he fried Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. It was kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
I don't think he goes to BYU because Robert Wright just transferred there, and they're gonna have a stacked team next year.
No, but congratulations to him, bro. To go from Princeton to these big schools to even have a chance with them is kind of wild.
I think Stanford's on the list too.
Again, that's still an upgrade over Princeton.
Yeah.
St. John's, big upgrade over Princeton.
But some people are like, why would you leave Princeton when you got 1 year left and you're gonna get a Princeton degree?
To hoop.
Yeah, to hoop.
And you could just go to Stanford. Stanford's almost as good as Princeton.
I'm like,
it's not as
you
good.
You could go to Stanford, which isn't as good as Princeton academically, but NBA, like basketball wise, they're more respectable than Princeton.
And even if you don't go to the NBA, which I'm not trying to hate, but I don't think you're gonna go to the league. But if he's gonna play like international, you have a better chance doing that at Stanford. You're gonna get more eyes at Stanford.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Well, I mean, I have seen him on draft boards though.
For real?
Yeah.
Shout out
like
to him.
Like the end of the second round type shit.
Shout out to him, bro. I hope he makes it because I'll be kind of wild. Because then we say, "Yo, we saw him."
Nah, I hope he's fucking nice, bro.
Yeah, he was frying, bro.
He looked like the best player on the floor.
He was the best player on the floor.
Yeah, that shit.
How you the best player on the floor against Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, bro?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Shout out to him, though. Justin, before I ask you the question, the important question after this. Well, first of all, when you come back?
I'll be back the 21st.
At what time?
I don't come back till like 11 o'clock at night. But I'll be here all week, though.
Damn, so you're going to miss WrestleMania both nights.
Oh, it's what the
20th and 21st.
Yeah,
you're going to miss it. I was just about to ask you, are you going to watch it? I ain't going to lie. Well, I already told you, like, hey, you should watch the Royal Rumble this year. You should watch the Elimination Chamber. And I wasn't wrong. I was going to say you should watch all of WrestleMania. Because I was telling D, I was like, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm not just going to watch the John Cena show. I'm going to watch the whole thing both nights. And Dave wanted to go out next Saturday. And me and D was like,
no.
WrestleMania, bro. But then he was like, all right.
What if he's like, well, let's go out watch WrestleMania at someone's basement?
I'll do it. I'll do a WrestleMania watch along at someone's crib. But the agreement we came to, because WrestleMania should be done by 11. I was like, fine. But if someone else, I'll go out if someone else drives and I get the fucking, the charger on the way to the spot. Because I'm going to be watching WrestleMania. And if it's not over by the time we get there, y'all could go inside. I'll meet you in there. I'm finishing WrestleMania. Because night one, which is going to be Saturday, that's CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I want to see that shit. It's a lot of hype, bro.
I have to buy the Wi-Fi package when I'm out there.
To watch that shit? It should be tough, bro.
Well, I'm going to need it regardless to watch NBA playoffs.
Nigga, and WrestleMania.
Actually, I might not even be watching the playoffs, to be honest. I might be fucking drinking.
So you're just a drinker now?
I bought the drink package.
Where this come from, guy?
I got to make my money worth.
Where this come from, guy? When I used to go out with you, you'd just be like, can I just get a Coke? And the bartender would say, with what?
And you'd be like, I'll be like, how much are you? He's like,
they literally was like, so confused, like, just take it. Yo, that shit was fucking funny, bro. It was like, just take it, bro. They were literally like, Coke with, they were literally just waiting. They're like, with what?
And I was like, nah, nigga, Coke. It was hot as fuck in there, yo. I just wanted to chug something down. Pause.
Son said, "I'm just gonna go."
Burning mad fucking calories there, yo. I can't chug a fucking Jack and Coke. I mean, I could, but I'll start.
Could have had a water.
I could have been like, yo, water
I love the water.
at Tally Ho.
Just in general. That should be feeling refreshing out there. I be feeling so clean, bro, when I get a water at a bar. I feel like I'm him. I ain't gonna lie. I do be feeling like I'm him after I'm like, I'm refreshed. I'm good. Now, my big question, Justin, me and Dequan want to ask you. Unfortunately, he's not here. If you had the chance, would you have J-Mac on the show for an interview?
Nah.
No, for real? Why not?
What am I gonna ask him? Like, how did you rise through the ranks?
How'd you get to where you were?
Yeah, like, nah.
Me and D was all about the answer. Because me and D was like, I was like, what if I went to see Blue in the city? He's like, what would you do? I'd be like, I'd probably dap him up and show him like, yo, the screenshots. I'd be like, yo, I was your top 1% and top 0.5% listener on Spotify. And he would fuck with me. I'd be like, yo, come on the podcast. He's like, would you give him any money? Like if he charge you, I'd be like, the most I'm giving him is one band to show up. I'll give C Blue a band. But after he comes, like when he's sitting down, I'll be like, all right, bro, here's your band. And we just started naming people. I was like, you think I'm bugging? If me and Justin each gave J-Mac a band to pull up for an interview, I'd say Dequan started laughing.
Nah, that wouldn't even be worth it because it's like
I'll need Dave to be here too.
That's my all right. If it was like you and Dave here,
well, I'm gonna be here too. I'm part of the show. It's not just you interviewing J-Mac by yourself.
Nah, I wouldn't want to ask J-Mac nothing. But if it was Dave sitting in my seat and I'll be,
now you gotta be on cam,
and I'll be behind the camera like conducting the live stream, I'll be here for that and I'll laugh. But I'm not.
You at least gotta get a mic though.
I could do that
if you're gonna be off camera.
Nah, I'll do that.
You got no questions for him?
Maybe like while y'all talking, I'll come up with some shit. But like, I'm not about to prep for J-Mac. Pause.
Yo!
Like, imagine making clips for that.
All right, and this is the last one.
What tags do you even use?
Hashtag J-Mac. Hashtag Batty Hub. Hashtag corn. All right, what about this one too? Would you rather have J-Mac or King Nasir here for an interview?
King Nasir.
For real?
Yeah.
You would have questions for him then?
I don't know if I'd have questions, but I feel like, I don't know.
I'd be like, how'd you put your dad on? Like, that's crazy, bro. How'd that conversation go? Where'd the idea come for you to hit the whoa?
Yeah, I'll be asking shit like that. I'm like, yo, what made you start doing all these fucking dance moves?
How did you and Queen Road get on the streets of New York and have a police car?
And that was like during peak COVID.
Yeah. How'd you arrange that?
I'm like, how did you think of having rollerblades and just...
How'd you think to just like whip off a girl's weave and put it on and then hit the wall?
Wasn't there one? Nah, I'm bugging. Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
Fair enough. You gotta tell me right after the show's done because we're about to wrap up anyways. But I think I'd rather have J-Mac, and I'd want Dave to ask him some questions. Honestly, what I told Dave, I was like, I'll let Justin and Dave run the show. I'll dap him up, maybe give him his props. But I'll let you guys run the show with the questions.
With J-Mac?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not asking questions.
Y'all the J-Mac fans.
Nah, I'm not asking no questions. Nah.
You have any shout outs or are we leaving?
Shout out to my wife. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
That's it.
No shout outs, bro. Yankees fucking suck.
Yeah.
Fucking garbage, bro.
It's like all my teams are fucking
Oh, that was the worst. The Yankees lost 8-1 yesterday,
Yeah.
and the Knicks lost, bro. The Knicks lost terribly.
After Duke lost, a part of me fucking died. Because it was like, bro, none of my teams are going to fucking win. That was the only chance.
Walk us out of here.
If you guys are listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. Please like. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, please subscribe, please comment. Follow us on TikTok at the JJ Podcast 1. Actually, no, the J&J Podcast 1. Follow us on Instagram at the JJ Podcast 1. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace. No, we're not. We're not.
Oh, yeah, we're not. Unfortunately. Maybe.
You'll see me on TikTok Live, though. Peace.
Peace.